The KREM 2 News at noon, I'm Laura Papetti, and we do begin with this, an alert that was sent to parents of students at Rogers High School. That went out this morning. It says Rogers High School reportedly found a possible bed bug in one of their classrooms. The principal sent a letter to parents and students saying he submitted a work order for fumigation and asked for extra cleaning staff to help clear the rooms. School officials said the source of bed bugs often cannot be determined, and it is unlikely for an infestation to happen at a school. The principal also said the staff will conduct an inspection, and if needed, they will implement the school's pest management plan. A licensed pest control specialist will help the school if needed. Brian Koberger is appealing to the Idaho Supreme Court. He is the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students back in 2022. Newly released court documents are showing he is appealing a judge's decision not to throw out the grand jury indictment against him. Koberger and his defense team are claiming that there were numerous issues with the grand jury that indicted him for the murders. The prosecution filed an objection to this appeal.
We're just waiting to hear from the Supreme Court. I can tell you there's no deadline in the rule for them. They didn't include a deadline for themselves. And in my experience, it can take anywhere from a couple weeks to a month or so. So at this point, we're just waiting to hear.
There are worries that this appeal could further delay the trial, which still has no scheduled start date. Koberger will be back in court in April for his request to move the trial out of Latah County. Many Idaho lawmakers are celebrating what they call a win for property owners. House Bill 444 is now on its way to the governor's desk. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is reporting on what supporters are saying about this bill.
Well, supporters are saying this bill draws a line and makes sure Idaho residents aren't having money stolen from them by the government. If a property owner doesn't pay their taxes, the county is going to get that money one way or another. It could come down to repossession of the property and home, but think about this scenario. Say you only owe $15,000 on the property that you own, and the government turns around and sells that house for $40,000, $50,000, $90,000. You're going to be missing out on thousands of dollars in profits. Until a Supreme Court case last year, the local government took the surplus money too. People against the practice call it home equity theft, but even with the Supreme Court ruling, Idaho has a loophole. The state allows that government agency to transfer the property to another government instead of selling it, leaving the former property owner with nothing. Supporters of the bill want to make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
One of the things that really got me worked up is some of these states and some of these cities do this so much that they actually put a budget item for this type of taking, and they rely on that as revenue to the government. It really just feels like an overreach on government power.
House Bill 444 would ban those future transfers and force a sale. After the sale, the state takes what debts are owed and returns the rest of the money back to the former homeowners. The bill passed both the House and Senate with unanimous support, and now that bill is heading towards the governor's desk. But for now, reporting in Post Falls, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
The Interfraternity and Panhellenic Councils at Washington State University say all Greek life events that involve alcohol right now are on hold. The council says they see an increase in medical calls at those events. In the meantime, all other Greek life events will continue as planned. Okay, 12:04 right now. We're going to head outside to where our friend Thomas Patrick is standing. He's in the sunshine on the KREM 2 Weather Center. Thomas, what do you know?
Yeah, Laura, definitely standing in the sunshine, and it's just a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, too. Feels great in the sunshine, but if you're on the shaded side of the building, probably still feels a little bit colder because it is 37, and temperatures are recorded in the shade. So 37 in the shade isn't bad, but it is cool for March standards. In the sunshine, it is feeling a lot better overall. But it's nice to see those temperatures pop up after those morning lows down into the low 20s and even several teens for low temperatures this morning. But we're just going to do it all over again for tomorrow because we'll have the sunshine the rest of the day, 42 or 43 for the high, and then we just drop right back down to the 20s and likely teens yet again for tonight. But we have nothing but clear skies to work with all across the inland Northwest. So I'm actually focused a lot on what's going to happen this weekend. You see the rain icons on both Saturday and Sunday. Looks like the earliest will be Saturday evening, but I'll show you how low some of our snow levels could drop, especially by Sunday morning. So I'll cover that part of the forecast in more detail in just a few minutes.
Today, the U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee is reviewing a new bill that requires TikTok to separate itself from its Chinese-based owner, ByteDance. It would also give the president the power to ban the app in the United States. Lawmakers have long expressed concerns about the national security risks of TikTok. They fear users' personal information could fall into the wrong hands. However, business owners who use the app to advertise say they worry about a world without the platform.
It wouldn't kill us tomorrow, but TikTok as a platform has represented a very kind of meaningful and new way that we reach consumers.
Legal experts say a ban on TikTok would likely lead to some legal challenges. You may remember in 2020, a judge blocked a ban by the Trump administration. Well, KREM 2 is excited to be part of something new in our community. Professional soccer is coming to Spokane, and here at KREM, we are looking forward to being a part of it. Today, we announced a TV partnership with Spokane Velocity FC. Now, with the partnership, KREM and KSKN will televise a minimum of 6 matches throughout the season, and those matches happen between March and September. So over a good amount of time. As we get closer to those matches, we'll be sure to let you know how you can watch them either on KREM 2 or KSKN 22. And we just want to say go Velocity FC. All right, the Cougs and the Huskies will be facing off on the hardwood in the Apple Cup tonight. UW and WSU men's basketball all set to play in Pullman at Beasley Coliseum. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Washington State sitting at second place in the Pac-12 standings. UW is 9th in the conference, and it is a rivalry game. KREM 2 will be at the game, and you can catch all the highlights tonight on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11. And to find out how to watch the game, easy. Just text GO COUGS to 509-448-2000. We'll send a link with all the information right to your phone. Plus, coming up this weekend, catch our live coverage of the WCC and Pac-12 tournaments. Sports director Travis Green and reporter Andrew Quinn will both be live in Las Vegas, bringing us all the highlights, the big moments, all the fun. So definitely tune in.